Okay, I'm going to start on this. I went with the cheaper version of this, so it didn't come with any of the brackets and stuff. Looked like all they did is made a sheet metal plate in the back and bolted it on, so I just pretty much did the same thing. Anyways, find a place. Try to put this over the same spot it was from the factory. Anyway, reroute everything. I wish there was a better way of sticking this somewhere, because the brake pedal on these cars is like kind of over here, so your foot's kind of in the way of that. So I don't know. Wish there was an easier way to get to this, but there's not really much room in these cars. So I'm gonna get this bolted to the inside of the firewall and start taking some of this apart and route stuff where it needs to go. Just kind of see where I'm at with it. So I think the way I had this, pretty much all of that is for the headlights. Yeah, these are all headlights, and then that's for the motor. All that's going to have to go into the engine compartment. It's actually not that much. It's all watered up. It's only that right there, so it's not too bad. One of these is the gauges, and then it's all just pretty much tail lights from there. So yep, I'll get this in, and I'll try to do some videos off and on as I'm doing this, because I'm sure there's some people that want to see this. So anyway, alright, not sure how well this is going to show up, but that's pretty close to the stock location. I moved it up just a little bit. So probably blurry and stuff, but the hole that the stuff goes through, I'm gonna have to put the grommet through it. It's right here. They gave me a new one, so anyway, I think about half of that's gonna go through the firewall. I gotta reroute that thing I got hanging through there now. Is for the temperature gauge. So and the rest of it's gonna route up. It's about the first thing to do here. Usually it attaches on this dash brace here and then runs down to the kick panel, and usually along through here just for the tail lights. The dash stuff comes up through probably this hole right here. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna do some of those zip ties, get the wires laid out where I need them. I was gonna gut the whole interior, but now I'm starting to wonder I may just pull these plates up in that kick panel and just run it like that for right now. So that's pretty much that. Lay these wires out, figure out exactly how I want to route them, think what I want to do. Everything for the motor, I'm going to run it up the inside of this fender well over here, like underneath the hood hinge. Got that little space there, and then bring it out over here, up underneath this thing, so it should be pretty much hidden. You can run the headlights up here, run it over to the other one, so all that stuff will be hidden in the core support. And I got another hole just below the this is kind of a mess right now, but that's why I'm redoing it. From the factory they had one there for the tack and the HEI, so I may just run those two up there. Wouldn't hurt to just kind of hide it up underneath the cowl and run it over, but anyway, that way you won't see anything. Kind of wanted everything clean. I was thinking about putting AC on this. I could run like a bulkhead connector over here, kind of up under that hood hinge, and then what I've seen people do is they route the AC lines through the fender and then it comes out. So the only place you'd see it is like right here and across. Try to keep everything clean and hidden. We'll see what happens. So, alright, I'll fire this back up. Probably a bunch of little small clips and stuff, but anyway. Okay, so starting to route some of this stuff. Like I said, this is the tail light group, so I'm just got it lying here for right now. I'm just going to run it down into the carpet through here. Half of this goes to the headlight switch, and then the dimmer switch on the floor. And then I think they got two of them here. The running lights are going to come off of the headlight switch. So one of them's front, one of them's back. And I think you got to make your own grounds. But anyway, so that's that part. Brake switch right here. Got heat and AC stuff here. The bottom one here is all the wires for the AC, the compressor and all that. You got a cooling fan deal. And all the rest of this goes to like the heat and AC controls up under the dash. So windshield wipers, all that stuff is on here. That's these two things. Got the radio. You got one where the radio is powered all the time and one's off the switch. I've got those grouped in with the gauge cluster and all that stuff. This has got a bunch of, it's got temperature, voltage, oil pressure and all that. It's all electronic. I like to just run the mechanical one, so probably won't use half of this. I think the only thing I use up here is like the voltmeter and the dash lights. I'll probably run that over to the gauges. But I've just got that and the radio wire and everything wrapped around the column for right now. All of this stuff is going to go to the column. Should be like the ignition wires and all the blinkers and stuff, hazards and all that stuff. Then that comes back out, splits off to the back, and the stuff that goes in the front. We've got the motor group, as they call it. It's all the starter, solenoid, and ignition, alternator, and all that stuff, accessories. Then the headlights, we've got a bunch of stuff for that, the blinkers and all that. So I gotta fix that and put the grommet and stuff in there. That's pretty much it. I'll probably shorten this stuff up for the headlight switch and the dimmer switch. But that's pretty much it for that. And all this spaghetti. Like I said, I'm gonna run probably half of this. It's gonna go underneath that fender. The only thing, and I think it may already be under the dash, it hadn't been brought out yet. Should have one of these for like the HEI for the yeah, right here. And there should be one for the tack. I'll probably either run that up and hide it up underneath the cowl, right up underneath here, or I may bring it through the, I might push that back through the firewall and bring it out somewhere back here just to kind of hide it. But either way, everything else I'm gonna just run it, like I said, under there, through, and then hide it up underneath this core support and bring it over to the other headlight and everything. And then I can just run the alternator wire. I may run that through the back side and then just bring it up through the valve cover to try to hide everything, rather than have it laying across. So there may be 3 or 4 wires, like the alternator and ignition and tack. I may run that back on the back side of the motor. Everything else is going to loop around. That's pretty much that. So yeah, probably took everything laid out. And I've still got some of the original wiring with like the headlight stuff, all the connectors. This is the rear tail light. Get it all still together, where it would have connected in the trunk. I don't know if I want to use these or not. You can go to the auto parts and buy brand new ones. I'll go through and make sure they're not corroded and stuff. But, I think that's to the original gauge cluster. I've got a little bit of slack left if I want to try to rerun that. I may just stick aftermarket ones in this. May put all my gauges inside of this. Maybe the easiest thing to do. But anyway, got plenty of slack here. I'll just trim everything up once I figure out where I want it laid out. Buy some wire loom and stuff. That's pretty much it though. Doubt I'll get this done today. This may be a couple of days. We'll see as I've got time. Not sure if that blinker switch is any good. Should have tested that while I had it on the bench. It would have been easier, but I guess we'll find out. It's not too big a deal to replace it with the column in, but and I've still got the original windshield wiper, headlight switch, and then the dimmer switch on the floor. I don't know if that stuff's any good. I know the headlights and stuff are working when I first brought the car in. The other stuff I'm not sure, so I may have to buy some odds and ends, sockets and switches and stuff. I know they gave me, if you buy the more expensive one, I think it was another $50 or $100, they give you more, like I don't have the alternator or the distributor plugs. They give me one for the blinkers, the column, and this is the other part of the column, the ignition and stuff. But if you spend a little bit extra money, they give you all that stuff instead of having to go either use the old one or buy the stuff in an auto parts store. So I had a lot of the stuff already, so I was trying to save a little bit of money. So anyway, I'm just kind of going through this to see. They got a couple pages per section to tell you what to do. So anyway, as I get some more stuff done, I will do some more videos.